The Witch of Moon's Lane presents
How to Witch, bitch.
Welcome to How to Witch, bitch. Michelle, the Witch of Moon's Lane. How are you?
Oh, good, thanks, Dylan. How are you?
Very good, thank you. We have some hellos that we've been actually messaging. We've got from Pillow.Princess69. She says hello.
Hello.
Says, hello, Sorcerer's Sanctuary. Also, Cassie Collins on Instagram. Thank you very much for messaging us. And that's, of course, at How to Witch Bitch on TikTok. I Roger David, I do believe, or it's I Roger David. I'm not sure which one it is, but that also would work. So, yes, thank you very much. Keep those messages coming.
Yeah,
also,
thank you.
little stories we'd love to hear as well. Yep. We've had some rather interesting stories, a couple of interesting readings as well. Madam Dakin, who works with us on the radio station, an amazing reading you did. We've had Ashley, we've had Danielle talking about a picture that she sent in. Mm-hmm. And we wanted to touch on the sort of not poltergeisty kind of hauntings things, but we did touch on it with the sage in a past episode about getting rid of that negative energy, particularly if you're moving into a new home or, you know, a home that someone else obviously has had before. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's the land that the house is on, anything like that. So have you had experiences where people have called you to cleanse their home?
I've done a lot of cleansing, and most of the cleansings that I do are usually because there's been a divorce or there's been negative stuff, and it's and so or they've wanted a money shift, and so I do businesses where I go in and I sort of like bring money in and abundance in and things like that. But I have had a few sort of hairy, scary times even for myself, but I always go in prepared for that. Mm-hmm. There was one situation where I arrived and the lady was beside herself.
Was it a house or a unit?
It's a house, and she had two boys there and a husband. And
old house?
It was an older house, and she was beside herself because there was just so much going on in the house. This particular person was harassing her sons, and they'd be taking the covers off the bed. They would be moving, making the lights go on and off. Mm-hmm. They would be moving things around, hurting. One of her sons was actually getting hurt all the time, so you'd have a lot of scratch marks and things like that. And she didn't tell me any of this. She just told me, come over, I want to heal the house. No, she heal the house. She did say that she was having some problems, but she just wanted to see what I picked up. So she didn't want to tell me too much, and I understand that because she wants to see how much I can pick up from it. And so I came into the house and, so I was just going around and I could feel things, and I was just saying, look, there's definitely a lot more energy here than just negative energy. I'm feeling there is definitely a spirit here, and I don't think this spirit is very happy. And I actually said there's been a murder in this house. Oh, wow. And I can actually see the lady. I even said the lady's name. Yeah. And I said she was in her 90. Her name was Violet. And basically on some investigating, she was targeting this one boy because he looked like her grandson who had murdered her in the kitchen. Oh my God. We had got all of it, and she didn't know any of this. Yeah. And she did some investigating and found out, and it was exactly...
So the woman had been murdered by her grandson in that house.
Yeah, he'd come in and he'd wanted money for a taxi or something, and she had refused, and so he killed her. So, with a knife in the kitchen, she was with her in her nightgown. So the interesting thing with that is she wasn't leaving, it was her home, that was it. And so she had something that had happened to her, and she was still angry, and she just would not go towards the light. So what we did was we sort of saged it, and we sort of made sure that it was okay for a certain time, but I did have to come back a couple of times to get her to go. We finally did get her to go and sort of let her know that this wasn't her grandson, and it did work. And in the end, they got it out, and they did end up putting it on the market, and they did sell it. But that was pretty full on.
As a homeowner, should you tell the next person? Like, should you be
a lot of people don't.
Was it like a fire sale? Just get out quickly? Yeah,
a lot of people don't. But it's also too, you can also pick up ghosts in your own house. Like, that you see something in the peripheral vision, and like the old house that I was in, I always used to see a bald guy walking past, and and I just kept feeling like he'd had a heart attack, and it wasn't until I moved out that I found out who it was. But yeah, so you can often, people, if you're very psychic or intuitive, you can always feel someone's watching you or there's something there. So that's what it's always good to just ask people to leave that you don't want in your home, or at least ask them to respect you.
That's a physical. Like you actually physically ask them. You speak to them.
Yeah, you speak to them
right
and say, "Yep, you want them out of the house. You want them out now." Or, I mean, with me, what I do is I come in when I have something like that. I actually say, "Turn around now. You're not welcome anymore. Turn around. There's a light there. Turn around," because they're so busy looking this way, they're not turning around. And if they do turn around, they're scared of what's to come that way. So there was another one that I did, which was a man who'd hung himself, and he'd hung himself in the garage, and they didn't know that. And I came out and I said, "He's hung himself here. There's a beam here," and we couldn't find a beam. And then the guy came through and he said, "Oh, there's a beam actually up there," but he had stuff. He had something in front of it, and he moved it, and there was the beam. And so there's this guy. He was army vet, and he came back, and really sadness, and he was just constantly harassing the females, not the male, but the female, and she was getting quite scared. So with that, I had to pop him into a gridlock. And I actually used my phone app, and you could see the, that there was no person there, but it was actually showing there was a person there.
Yeah.
And she was behind me. That was fun. I'm saying, "You must go, turn around, turn around, turn around." And finally you saw him turn around and leave. But that really, really freaked me out. But I just have to stay there and go, they can't hurt me. And I think that's what we need people to understand. They can't really hurt you.
They get in your head, though.
They get into your head. I mean, they might hurt you like Violet did. So she was actually scratching him. So she was scratching him. But, I mean, you can't sort of get a knife and anything like that. But technically, the other thing, too, is they get in your head, and I think that's where you get scared. That's where you get scared. And
then you manifested it upon yourself as well.
Right.
Like, even if there's a noise at the window.
That's what voodoo's all about.
Yeah.
Voodoo, it's like you've got black magic on you, so therefore you're going to be sick, you're going to die, and so people actually start to get all scared and imagine that, and actually, take the trash out themselves.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It is one of those things.
Yeah.
I always think about episodes of like Charmed and stuff like that. Remember that fantastic TV show? I'm sure you would have loved it. Where there was like when they go towards the light and then everything goes like, and it's all like done. Does that actually happen, or do they just literally just turn around and walk out? How does that work?
Well, I just say turn around and then they just go. So
that's it.
So that's it.
So not like a pop of them leaving?
I don't see that. But a lot of it, to me, is the whole thing of, have you ever? Oh, that's what we should look at. Near-death experiences.
Ooh,
they're really cool because
cool.
They come back and they actually tell you what happened. And the other interesting thing about all of that is we all lose 21 grams when we pass. All of us.
Is that how I lose weight? Sorry, I thought you'd bring up my weight again.
Now I'm really never going to live this down. It's like Pacific. I'm never going to live that down either.
What do you mean we lose 21 grams?
Yeah, your soul. That's how much it weighs.
Is that all?
It's light.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. 21 grams.
21 grams.
Yeah.
Boom.
And it's the same for everyone.
Is it?
Yes. It's not like you've got a heavy soul or anything.
Again. There she goes. Bringing up the weight. Big boned.
I am too. I'm no fucking Minnie Mouse over here. Got bigger tits than you.
Oh, now it's competition. Oh, I can only imagine what the guy wants to be our sugar daddy is going to send in soon.
Righto.
Oh, goodness.
Call me.
Henry. Good on you.
Good old Henry. Hazza.
All right, so if you feel as though there is something... Okay, so there's obviously houses that have spirits attached to them. So Veronica or Verity, whatever her name was. What was her name before? Starting with V?
Violet.
She was attached to the house because that's where she was murdered.
Yeah, but
so
she
it was a sudden
angry.
end and she was angry because she was killed.
Yes.
Can you just be in a normal, everyday house and a ghost just goes, oh, yeah, I'm going to go in there?
No.
Okay. Good.
Unless they're
Oh,
attached,
God.
unless they're attached to you,
So
or
how
there's
do they
someone,
attach
or
to
there's
you?
someone that you know or love that's
Okay.
coming for a visit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're talking about lost souls. So
Yeah.
there are sorts of things that are lost souls that attach themselves to you because they're scared of whatever. So there are been cases of that type of thing as
Yeah.
well. What about the watchers? You ever seen a watcher? So a watcher is they look like remember Harry Potter and the
Yep.
what are they called? No, black.
Yep.
Dementors, the Dementors. So
Yeah.
they actually look like that. And so when you see them, if you're scared, they disappear. But if you can teach yourself not to be scared, you can actually watch them. So that's what I've done before. I actually taught myself not to be scared so I could watch them.
And what do they do?
Well, they're the watchers. They're like the fallen angels or the angels or whatever it is. They come down to sort of check on you type of thing. They're called watchers. So that's a whole new episode we can do on that. That's actually quite creepy and freaky and lots and lots of fun.
Watchers, bullying people about their weight.
You can bully me.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, I was rubber face.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so
I
if you
love
do
you.
have, I love you too. You
love
do
you.
have those negative energy around you. You ask them to leave. What if it's actually something that you
Want to keep?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that would be a family or
That would
loved
be a
one,
family
and
or a
they
loved
wouldn't
one.
they wouldn't be negative, so therefore they wouldn't have to leave.
But
so.
see, we've got this massive big, the beautiful clock in our house. It belonged to my aunt who was passed, and my aunt, my very, very close. And it'll just be the most random time. It might be middle of the night, might be Tuesday at 2:00, might be whatever, and it dings.
Yeah, but that's her letting you know. That's Joy, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Glenda Joy,
Yeah.
who will just ding and then disappear.
Glenda the Good Witch.
Yes, she was.
She
Very,
was.
She wasn't a witch. She was a very, very special woman. Who's also okay. Anyway, whatever.
They keep going.
She just
just got that
she
in
just
there.
dings and then she moves on.
Little dicks.
Little dings.
Little-
So little ding. But is there like a different level of ghost? Okay, so say for example you've got.
That's a check-in.
Is it?
That's a check-in. So I used to have, when my little one was about 2, she had this round box that used to ding every now and then as well. And it was one that my mother had given her. And so when my mother had passed,
Yeah.
and it would just every now and then it would just ding, ding, ding. And it was just to say, and then you look around and go, okay, it's just saying, hey, I've just called in just to see how you are.
Okay.
But they don't necessarily hang around for long. They're
But
just
they
sort
just
of
dig and
coming
go.
in. Yeah, dig.
Ding dong ditch with the witch. What a bitch. Give me a stitch. Okay, this is ridiculous now. But that does happen. Like, there are certain things that I would not want to get rid of, whereas other people, obviously, like, you know, if they...
But it's a bit like when you have someone coming over to your house. They don't come and stay. They come over and they let you know they're there. You have a great time. You have a dinner and then they leave.
Yeah.
So that's basically all they're doing. They're just coming in, saying hi, making sure everyone's okay, and then they leave. Because I always have someone say, are they watching me in the shower? I was like, they've got better things to do than watch you in the shower.
You're going to go and watch really hot people in the shower.
Yeah, that's right. That's where I would be too.
I'll see the Pope do a poo.
I'm going to go ding dong witch. Let's go have a look at Mitch.
Oh, it's all gone downhill.
God, it did, didn't it?
Anyway. And it's now time to check the stars for the week.
Okay, so Aries this week might bring you new opportunities in your career, so stay open to collaboration and don't hesitate to take the lead when necessary. Your energy is contagious. Taurus, please focus on personal growth this week. It's an ideal time to start a new hobby or to dive into learning experience that excites you. Indulge in some self-care also. Gemini, your communication skills are at their peak. It's a great time to network and strengthen your relationships, both personally and professionally. Share your ideas and encourage with others. Cancer, you might feel a bit introspective this week. Take time to reflect on your goals and your relationships. Trust your intuition and consider making some necessary adjustments. Leo, your creativity is on fire. This is a perfect time to express yourself through artistic pursuits. Share your creations with the world and let your talent shine. Virgo, this is a week to encourage you to find balance in your life. Pay attention to work-life harmony and prioritize your health. Make time for relaxation and meditation. Libra, Relationships take centre stage, so strengthen your bonds with your loved ones and resolve any lingering issues. Your diplomatic nature will help you to maintain harmony. Scorpio, this is a transformative week for you. Embrace changes that come your way and don't shy away from personal growth. Trust the process and stay resilient. Sagittarius, adventure calls your name. Whether it's a physical journey or a new intellectual pursuit, dive into the enthusiasm and expand your horizons. Capricorn, practical matters require your attention. Focus on financial planning and career objectives. Your disciplined approach will lead to success. Aquarius, innovation is the key this week. You'll find unique solutions to problems at work and also in your personal life. Embrace your creativity and think outside of the box. Pisces, emotional connections become important, so spend some quality time with loved ones and don't hesitate to share your feelings. Your empathy will deepen all of your relationships. And that's the stars for this week.
If you would like to leave a comment, if you would like to leave a rating, I'm sure 5 stars well and truly for this episode. We'd love to hear from you as well. Thank you very much, Michelle.
Thank you, darling.
Woodwork Podcasts.